Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Tech Culture Show, the Tech Culture Podcast. And of course, for those listening to us on our podcast platform, that is Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and every other place you get a podcast from, welcome. And if you're watching us on Facebook or on YouTube, welcome as well. And I hope you've been enjoying some of the contents that Digital Skills School has been providing you, that I, Coach Atta, have been providing you. So what we do basically is with this kind of chat sessions, with these chat sessions, is to kind of like bring on professionals in the tech space to talk about their career, to talk about themselves, talk about um, you know courses, right, that you can take to transition into tech basically, right? Because tech is one of the highest employers of labor right now in the world. And it's one of the easiest way to get a job. Like you can learn a tech skill and in 6 months you're already earning in six figures. Like it's so easy. And I don't know why people don't take advantage of it. I have a fantastic person here. Right from the first time I met him, is someone that is always willing to help. He's always looking for a way to help, right? And he has been a very impactful person in Digital Skills School, even for the short time that we've known each other. Damola is right here. One of the most amazing product managers you can ever meet. He's a product manager, an excellent one. He has a fantastic team working with him, remote, like from all over the world, and he's going to tell us more about that. I'm going to ask you, he's also going to talk about it. But Mr. Damola, thank you so much for joining me today on the Tech Culture podcast. How you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me.
Yes. So first of all, introduce yourself to the audience. Let them know about you and what you do as a product manager.
Okay, so I'm Damola Ladipo by name, and I work with Code for Africa as a product manager. And over there, we build solutions for digital democracy and providing citizens actionable data to make informed decisions, to be able to make all their government accountable. So that's kind of product that I build, and so
What is your role? Like I know you say that you're a product manager in Code for Africa, right? But what is your role on a day-to-day basis? What's your life like?
Okay, so on a day-to-day basis, okay, so currently managing about 4 products,
Oh wow.
and each of these products, one is a edtech solution where we're building a product to help journalists learn about techniques and so that can help them become better and tell better stories,
Okay.
and also push more ideas of what government are doing all over the world, especially for Africans, in terms of how best a young African can use actionable insights from our platform
Yeah.
to create better stories and tell at least the good side of what our government are doing, even though on code, there's a lot of things going on around governance in Nigeria and in Africa. So on a day-to-day basis, I would say my role interface talking to customers, understanding their challenges, making sure that the products are up and running, making sure that issues, bugs, and enhancements around the product are all sorted out within a short period of time.
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. I mean, Code for Africa, from what I know, is an NGO that is based in South Africa, and with branches, with offices in different parts of Africa. I think they have an office in Kenya, if I'm not. Is it Kenya or Rwanda?
So we have an office in Kenya, South Africa, and Nigeria.
Nigeria, okay. But your core team are based in South Africa.
Yeah, so the way CFA runs, we have offices across Africa. We have teams across 20 African countries.
Okay.
But our administrative HQ is based in South Africa.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's jump into understanding what product management is. What is product management to somebody that is just listening right now or watching right now that doesn't know what product management is? So break it down for us.
Okay, so I think I get these questions a lot, and I would use like explain to a 5-year-old child. So
Yeah.
imagine you are hungry and you walk up into, let's say, Domino's Pizza,
Okay.
and you needed to eat Domino's Pizza. So the pizza itself is a product,
Okay.
but as you're entering into the Domino's Pizza restaurant, for example, you're already interacting with several aspects of the product. So product management is just the ability to be able to manage a concept from the ideation to the stage where you take it to the market, and
Okay.
people interact with the product and be able to measure how well your idea or your initiative is succeeding or not.
Okay. So let's bring it down to tech now. How does product management concern tech?
Yeah, so I think overall, I think tech is the field that made product management very popular.
Very popular, yeah.
So every industry has some facet of product management in it, but might not be as so heightened or so popular as it is in tech. So tech is like an avenue for anyone to practice product management and see how it's easy for you to turn your idea into reality within a short period of time. So that's why it's so very popular in tech.
So if I get you correctly, so product management is just the field that is concerned with getting ideas from idea stage into reality.
Yeah.
And let's say, for example, and let me just say it here that when just like I said, it's tech companies, it's tech that made product management popular. Product management existed, but it's tech that really, really hired for these roles. So take, for example, if you were to come into a digital skills school to do a product management course, there's a very high possibility, very, very high possibility, nearly 100% possibility that it's a tech company that will hire you.
Yeah.
Very high possibility. Why? Because they need you to manage their entire processes as a company. Most tech companies have a product, either it's a web app or it's a mobile app, and it's not a field that you need to know how to code. So I address that now because I mean product management is there coding in it or is knowing how to code a plus or something?
Okay, so regarding that, I think as a product manager, like you said, majority of persons or teams or groups of persons that really need a product manager amongst them are software companies, and
Yeah.
they need them because they don't want to fail.
Okay.
And so you as a product manager might not necessarily have a technical background, but you know how to code in JavaScript, in Python. But your responsibility is to be able to what? To understand the users and bring the insights from the users onto the table by
Okay.
making sure your product succeed in that regard.
Okay.
So necessarily you don't need to have a technical background to start, but in the long run, it will be quite very useful to have a technical knowledge of
background.
how things work,
Yeah.
so you can be able to understand your team and better serve them to serve the users that your product is working for.
In your opinion, right, what is from your experience, from what you've seen so far, what is the starting salary for a product manager? Say I just learned product management course in digital skills school and my first job is, okay, I mean, talk for a Nigerian company and talk for a foreign company.
Okay, I think for a Nigerian company, from what my friends and other mentors that I've helped with, I think it's an average about between 160,000
Okay.
upward. I think it's comfortable if you're comfortable with that.
What's the highest you've seen?
In Nigeria, I think my friend got 2 months ago about 600,000.
600,000.
Yeah.
Is it beginner?
Like mid-level.
Mid-level,
Yeah,
600K. That's not bad.
I don't think so. The thing is that if product managers can have different background, you must be able to sell yourself. That's what matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're coming in from a customer service background. All your life, you've done customer service. So fine, but you already have a very vital skill for a product manager because a product manager talks to users all his life, all his time. So if you already know customer service, that's what you do all the time. You're already bringing in a very huge skill on board. So you coming in, you shouldn't take yourself as a beginner, that you're not coming in.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's the point my friend used, and he got a very big
Guys,
pay.
that is a very, very important thing, right? When you are attending job, even if you just finish your course from our school
Yeah.
and you are attending interviews, don't tell them that you are a beginner.
Exactly.
It's not even, nobody wants to even hire a beginner anyway. So you want to tell them that, look, you've been doing this, you've gone through very intensive trainings, and you've been able to do this, your past experience. Try to relate what your past experience
Exactly.
has to do with product management or to do with that particular job, right? It's very, very key. Even if you don't have any previous work experience, your life experience, how you grew up, tell them that, oh, this is what happened when in my childhood, my teenage years, and I think that as somebody that has had these experiences, I feel that I can add value to the company, coupled with my knowledge of product management or my knowledge of, UI UX, whatever this is, right? So my next question now is, in a okay, you didn't answer the second part of that question,
Okay,
which
about-
is the foreign company,
Okay, so
foreign pay.
I think let me start by saying it depends on the kind of foreign company. If it's on an African continent, you should be able to see a start of about between 1,000 to 2,000 US dollars.
Okay, per
But
month.
if it's per month, yeah. So, but if it's something way higher than
In
that
Europe, okay.
in Europe or in the United States, you should be able to see between 1,500, 3,000, depending on the kind of
Company it is.
it is. Yeah. So
Okay.
when you join an organization like that or a company where they about to launch a product,
Yeah.
and you didn't start with them from the ground up, like from the ideation, from the user discovery, from the prototype design,
Yeah,
and all
okay.
through the development stages. But you come in at the later end of the product cycle where they're about to launch. So your responsibility as a product manager then is to be able to do some high-level quality assurance of the product to make sure that the product meets the requirement of the features that has been assigned from day one, right when building the product,
Yeah.
and also develop documentations that will help users understand the product easily, and also create an opportunity where you can bring in other stakeholders to talk more about one of the most important aspects at that stage, is like the go-to-market strategy or the plan, where you design an OKR, which is objective and key results, where you'll be able to know, okay, at the at the first day of our launch, we want to get 10,000 downloads of our mobile app.
Okay.
And so you develop plans and strategies alongside your team members to be able to get insights from them, from as other stakeholders, and also develop an OKR where you can be able to track in the long term, in the first quarter, second quarter after launch, how well is our product doing, and
okay.
how best we can increase our numbers to make sure that we can achieve
Success with the product.
on the product. Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, this looks, what you just explained now is very complicated. Is product management difficult?
So it's not difficult. Anybody can do product management, but requires some knowledge that you need to learn to be able to be an effective product manager. Because product fails. And why product fails? Because of, I would say, the challenges that arose around the product.
Okay.
And effective decisions was not made.
Yeah, at the management level.
Decline. Exactly. So.
Wow. Okay. So, what I mean, Mr. Damola has graciously agreed to teach 2 cohorts. He said he wants to see how it goes. So 2 cohorts of our product management course. We are very, very lucky to be having someone of this caliber that works for an international organization, as a product manager, as a product lead, to come in and tutor the next generation of product managers in Nigeria, right? So it's really, really going to be an amazing course for you to want to sign up for.
100%.
So you might want to check the link in the description. If you're listening to us on podcast or watching us on Facebook or on YouTube, check the link in the description and you'll see more details about it. But talk to us about what the product management course is all about. What are some of the things students would learn in this course?
Okay, so I think for my own end, I think one of the major thing as a product manager for you to have is a product sense or a product thinking.
Okay.
So that enables you to be able to understand what actually is a product. I'm a product.
Okay.
I have my own PRD in my computer.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I think product management gives me that knowledge, able to see myself as a product, see things around me as a product. And so without thinking, you can be able to understand how best you can improve on that particular product and how you can achieve your desired outcomes. So
Okay.
other stuffs in product management that I think will be very important is how do you discover users? How do you make users come to your platform
Yeah, and
or
use the
come to your
product.
product also? And also documentations, because as a product manager, there is this saying that you go explain
You go
tire
explain tire.
because no evidence. So as a product manager, you go explain tire because if you don't have documentation and visual representation of what you're talking about,
Yeah. The
your
explanation
team,
go plenty.
yes, your team members are going to be like, what the hell are
What
you
are you
talking
talking about?
about? Show
Yeah.
us something. So I think I'm going to be teaching you on how best to write product requirement documents, how to write go-to-market strategy,
Okay.
how to write future market requirement documents, how to
Okay.
write business models,
Wow.
how to do a lot of stuff so that we equip you as a product manager to be successful on your team.
That's fantastic. So, I mean, basically, that is the end of this podcast because we can easily wrap it up there and say, because this is actually a 3 month intensive course, and you were saying something about enterprise, startup, and mid-level companies. Can you talk a little bit about that? Is there really different types of product management, or it's one but different applications?
All right, so I think while discussing with you before now, my background was in linguistics,
Oh, nice.
and I wanted to study. I have interest in natural language processing and all of that. So I started out trying to build startups, try to turn ideas into reality. So I never knew what I was doing was product management, and until came across a friend startup that said, "Welcome to the world of product management," and I had to go back
You go and learn.
to say, "Oh, this is what I'm doing over the past 3 years is product management," and then I had to go for further certifications to
Yeah.
solidify my knowledge in product management. So it gave me a background perspective of what I'm going to talk about now.
Yeah.
So while building startup, you need knowledge about user discovery, making sure that you're solving problems that your user will want, not that you build a product and user doesn't use the product and it becomes redundant. So you need to be able to visualize in terms of, do you have a team members who are going to build this product for you? How feasible do you have the capacity to build this product? So as a product manager too, you need those skill set. And then another skill is how valuable is this product in the long run? Is it going to be able to make money or is it a waste of time? You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
So as a product manager, that knowledge itself has its own application.
Yeah.
And also, there is why during this my journey, I discovered that if you want to work in an organization that already has a product
The product.
and
Yeah.
is already having users, it
Yeah.
requires a certain kind
Of
of
skill.
product knowledge and
Wow.
skill.
Okay. Okay.
While if you're starting from scratch,
Yeah.
you just have ideas, and your goal is to turn those ideas into
Into
reality.
products.
It requires a certain kind of idea.
Of
And then if you now work with an high level organization that have multi layers of products and they
Yeah.
require new users, they require returning users coming to the product all the
Yeah.
time. So that also
It's a
requires
separate.
certain kind of knowledge. But as a product manager, it's good you have end to end of this knowledge and
Okay.
skills so that whenever you find yourself, you
You
can
can
bring
apply
back
them.
value to the table.
Okay. Okay. That's great. So now I know we've talked about salary. We've talked about potential salary and
Yeah.
everything like that. Um. So, but what are the job opportunities? Is it a very lucrative skill? Like if they sign up for this course, for example, and after 3 months, what are the possibilities of getting the job within a short period of time?
Product managers are not a kind of person that their skills can be found everywhere. we are a unique set of persons.
Yeah.
We are very special. Without us, products out there are going to be failing. So we are like the gap between the business and the users, making sure that users love the product,
Okay.
business keep making money,
Yeah.
and both of us, in terms of the users and the business, keep achieving desired outcome. You get so as a newbie coming into product, you have a very vast experience that your intending company needs that
Okay.
only you
Can
have
provide.
the ability to solve that problem because you're coming with fresh ideas, fresh thoughts, fresh perspective. No matter the kind of background you have,
Yeah.
you can bring value from day one as long as you've been able to be trained in this knowledge that I was talking about before now, and then you can be able to think and bring out initiatives from yourself to help the product achieve their goals and objective and outcomes. So as long as you're ready to do that, I can tell you within a short period of few weeks after your graduation, you certainly can land a
Yeah.
job.
Okay. I mean, guys, you heard it right there, and we don't want to make this particular episode for too long. All the information we get in this particular episode is more than enough for you to understand what product management is, to understand the career opportunities that we've talked about, the salary, we've talked about, the product management process. So you might want to watch this video or you want to listen to this podcast like one more time or two more times so that you can probably digest it properly. And don't forget that Digital Skills School, we're a tech school located in Lagos, Nigeria. But we serve the whole of Africa with our courses because our job is to help reduce unemployment in our society by helping young people transition into tech careers with the skills we teach. So we teach both programming courses and non-programming courses. Non-programming courses like product design and product management and the rest of it. So that's just it. Mr. Damola, thank you so much for joining me in this particular chat. It was really, really insightful.